What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of The Fantasy Football Addicts. I'm your host, Dawson, joined by Nick and Wyatt. And you know what day it is. It is Wednesday, which means we are coming with a midweek mock draft.
It's all good.
That's kind of cute. I think we should leave that in.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen any of our previous mock drafts, normally what we do is we all pick one spot and we accumulate together, or we come together and we pick from that one specific spot. But per our listener request, we're going to break it up and have our draft from our own separate teams today. Shout out to Crackman, our biggest supporter. This was his idea to draft from different spots, and we all thought it was a good idea. So we're gonna go ahead and do it. So with that being said, if you like this video, go give it a like. If you like our mock drafts, let us know what spot you want to see us draft from, and subscribe to the channel. So with that being said, let's get started. All right, so we are going to go from the 3, 4, 5, so that way we can snipe each other over and over. It's going to be fantastic. That's why we wanted to be close to each other. So we got kind of like a middle, also beginning action. This is going to be a 10-team half-PPR, super flex with 1 QB, 2 running back, 2 receivers, a tight end, 2 flexes, and a super flex spot. So let's get ready to start the draft. All right, going from the first. Oh, baby, I got real lucky.
Oh, my goodness. Give me this.
Oh, give me Christian McCaffrey. I'm going to go with Christian McCaffrey right here at the 103. If he falls to the 103 and you don't take him, you suck at fantasy football.
Okay, so I'm going to take
go up to Nick.
So I'm going to take Zeke right here because I think that the order should be Christian McCaffrey, Saquon, then Zeke. And since Zeke is still here at the 4, I will be taking Zeke.
And with that being said, we are operating under the assumption that Dalvin Cook is playing. That gives Wyatt the option to take Dalvin Cook or Alvin Kamara. But right now, we're just going to pretend that he is not holding out because we don't know for sure yet. So let's just assume Dalvin Cook is playing.
I'm honestly not super fond of falling in this range and having to take one of these guys, but I think I'll just – Dalvin Cook did report to
he did
early to his COVID testing or whatever, so he will be participating. I really don't know. I guess I'll just take Kamara here. It's just kind of like a safer pick, but I don't love it. I might even – if it's dynasty,
so it goes
after
Kamara. But by the way, this is redraft. If you haven't seen any of our mock drafts, we're doing redraft. So after Kamara went Cook, Thomas, Jacobs, Chubb, Adams, Mixon, Jones, Tyreek, Miles Sanders, DeAndre Hopkins, and here comes Wyatt back on the clock with his daddy on the board. I kind of like doing the 3 teams. I think this might be something we might have to do, is like jump a couple of times, mix throughout, because I kind of like being able to have my own team. I also kind of like just knowing you're going to snipe my favorite player every single time.
I really like not having to argue on who I want to take. You're going Mahomes.
Yeah, I went Mahomes.
Okay, I'm taking the future running back number 1 overall.
Austin Eckler? Yeah, okay. So I'm up on the clock, and I do not see anybody that I really like in the second round. I guess I do like Kenyon Drake here. I think I'm going to have to go Kenyon Drake, guys. That's gross. I mean, it's not gross. I do like Kenyon Drake this year for redraft, but I do think Chase Edmonds is going to have a bigger role than a lot of people think, like Nick says. Mm-hmm. But I do think he's going to be a top 15 running back, probably a top 10 running back. So I would have liked anybody else, but yeah, we'll go Kenyon Drake here. To pair with Christian McCaffrey, you can't go wrong. So that's going to bring me back up on the board with the no-brainer option here is Travis Kelce probably, but –
it doesn't sound like a no-brainer to me.
Yeah, it was
the
a
way
no-brainer,
you phrase that.
I see Chris Godwin now. Oh, man. Our wide receiver 3 or our tight end 1A, 1B? I think I'm going to go Kelce here and just lock up my tight end spot because there's so much wide receiver value.
I am torn.
Yeah, I left you a little bit of a choice.
I am torn. I am torn between about 5 guys right now. I'm torn between Godwin, Galladay. I'm torn between Fournette.
Trade back.
If I could, I would trade back like 3 spots. But I'm torn between Fournette, Clyde. I kind of only want to take Clyde just so I can snipe Clyde from Wyatt.
I knew it, yeah.
But that's really the only reason why. I just want to see his reaction one more time. But I think I'm going to actually I think I'm actually going to go with Chris Godwin. I think that I have two solid running backs already. There's still going to be a David Johnson, Todd Gurley on the back half of the draft, or the back half of the. I mean, I guess like it's in the top 10 still, but later in the rounds, they could be a serviceable another running back right there. So I think I'm going to go with Godwin.
And
That's a
I
good
really
pick.
don't think there's any question here. I'm gonna not spend too much time on it. We're taking Clyde. Thank you.
Wyatt does what he normally does and drafts
Hashtag
Clyde.
draft Clyde. Yes,
So
sir.
after him, we see Gordon, Fournette, Bell, Carson, and Gurley in the running backs, and then we see Thielen,
And then we
Galladay,
hit the
Evans, Cooper,
honey
Cup.
hole of wide receivers, and I'm gonna land Calvin Ridley in the 4th, and I am
Ooh,
totally
great
okay with
pick.
that.
Good
Yes,
pick for your wide
sir.
receiver one.
So
I
I'm
know who I
actually
want
going
to
to
take here.
take
taking
Mark Andrews right
Yeah,
here
we knew that.
because I was looking at his numbers again, and he was tight end 3, and he only played like 50% of the snaps last year. With Hayden Hurst gone, man, I see that going way up. More
Yeah.
opportunity for Mark Andrews. I think he's going to be a stud. If he finishes top number 1 tight end this year, I will not be stunned.
So I am torn here between David Johnson and David Montgomery. Who do you guys have higher? Be honest. I'm probably not going
Honestly,
to take either. I might take neither.
honestly,
But
I have a David Johnson hire just because that Texans offense has produced a 1,000-yard rusher multiple times in a row with some running backs who are not all that great. And since Bill O'Brien is going to try to prove that he's not an idiot, they're going to try to make David Johnson look like a superstar again.
Yeah, I think they're going to use David Johnson pretty well. And Bill O'Brien literally on 1st and 2nd down just hands the ball off up the middle every time. So, I mean, I think he's going to have
he's such a
volume.
risk, though. I hate that
Not
risk.
also the other thing that I like about David Johnson is he can catch passes more than David Montgomery will be given the opportunity to, because David Montgomery has Terry Cohen. I know you've like gone through the numbers and showed how they shouldn't do that, but like
Yeah.
they're the Bears.
They both have a risk. That's why I don't like taking running backs this range really, but kind of have to because all the guys I like in this range are gone. Like Carson and Gurley and Bell are the guys I would take in the late 4th, but they're gone. But this is a no-brainer for me. I'm gonna go A-Rod. The reason I took David Johnson before that was because I knew I was gonna take Allen Robinson with the 5, so I decided not to go 2 Bears.
So I'm gonna do something I haven't ever talked about doing, but I think that's mostly because he was in a contract negotiation. But I think I'm actually going to go with Raheem Moser because I remember watching him play last year, and he was a straight stud every time I
He was
watched
really
him.
good.
He was really good. Burrito is now gone, so it's Moser's
And he just
show.
signed that extension.
Yeah, he signed that extension. It's time for him to shine. He's a good 3rd running back for me to have in the 5th round. I'll take that. He could easily finish top 15.
So I actually have a lot of different options I could go with here, and I'm really not sure which one I want to take. And I think I'm gonna reach. I think that's what's happening here.
He's gonna go
DJ
with
Moore.
Jonathan Taylor. No. I was hoping DJ Moore would fall. I totally didn't even. I think Sleeper has their ADP.
And this is why I took
Something is
DJ Moore, because I knew I was gonna end up with Robert Woods or OBJ, and I'm fine with OBJ. Also,
Here's what
Scary
the problem
Terry.
is. I totally forgot. I would have taken DJ Moore over Allen Robinson. I didn't even see. He's so far down on the Sleeper ADP that it's absurd. Like, why is he going behind DK Metcalf?
I also have another pick I want to take here too, but I've ended up with him so many times. But I just think he's really solid. And right here for me, it's Odell, Scary Terry. I could take a tight end, but I don't like the value in this range. I don't think I need another QB because I got Mahomes. Kareem Hunt's really the only other one I'm looking at. I really think he could be getting 15 points a week in that offense. If he's used correctly, he's going to be catching a ton of passes. Do I want to take him or do I want to take my 3rd receiver in Odell? I really don't know. I mean, both on that Browns offense. I think just for this case, I'm going to take Odell because I've drafted Hunt in all of my actual teams, and I would definitely take him as far as running back is concerned here. But I'm stuck here. So
all right. So
Wyatt is looking light on the running backs.
I was actually planning on taking Odell right here. I think he's poised for a bounce back season. I am very upset about this right now, but I'm actually going to go with somebody who I do not think should be this far in the draft, and I'm going to pick up a quarterback right here. I'm going to take Kyler Murray. He should not. There's no reason for him to be in the 6th round. So,
well, I just got sniped.
Yeah,
I was going to take Kyler Murray with this pick. So I I guess Dak is my option, but I don't want to see Terry fall this far. I think he'll be sniped before I get my next pick. What are the chances?
I think Dak's gonna ball out this year.
What do you think?
That's me.
What are the chances Dak? Yeah, I like Dak over all the other quarterback options for this right here. For my QB1, I'm going to go Dak and then hope Terry falls. Don't do this to me, game.
He ain't falling.
Don't do this to me.
He ain't falling.
Don't do this to me.
Bro, it's because you say it out loud. Every time you say it out loud, it happens.
Well, that's just a kick to the groin. Well, I see some guys I like further down. I don't know how bad I want to reach. I guess I could go Hollywood or AJ Green. I am one of the few people. I know this is just a bad take. I know a lot of people are going to roast me for this, but I think AJ Green still has a little bit left in the tank, guys. I know we haven't seen him play for a while. I don't even understand why he wouldn't be good. I don't see why people hate him so much, but I know I'm missing something here. I know he hasn't played in a while, but he is a rookie quarterback coming in, and AJ Green's he's been a top 10 wide receiver in the league. Before last year, he was like consistently incredible. So I think he's going to know, Joe Burrow's going to know that AJ Green is like his go-to guy. I think Tyler Boyd obviously is very good. Nick loves Tyler Boyd, which is part of why he doesn't like AJ Green, but I think AJ Green's just a superior talent. So I think I'm going to go – oh, that is gross to have him as my wide receiver too, though. Let's go AJ Green. Gross.
Okay.
But that's one of those picks that could win you the league. If he goes and shows out like he could and becomes AJ Green of old and is a top 10 receiver, I got him in the 7th round.
Yeah, and if he doesn't do that, you're missing out on some like Hollywood Browns.
7th round is where I'm down to
Watson.
take risk. I try to avoid risk in the first 5 rounds, and I still think David Johnson's a little bit of risk, but in the first 5-ish rounds, I avoid risk.
So I hyped up David Johnson earlier in this video, and I think I'm actually leaning towards taking Brandon Cooks here. It's kind of weird, but it's kind of weird. I know, but hear me out. They lost DeAndre Hopkins. I think they're top 3 in the league in vacated targets. Bill O'Brien, again, he is trying to prove he's not an idiot. And if he's going to do that, he has to make Brandon Cooks' stats look insane. So I think Brandon Cooks will have some insane numbers this year. Deshaun Watson isn't a scrub either. It's just that Bill O'Brien's an idiot. So I think I'm leaning toward Brandon Cooks. But Cortland Sutton, I think there's too many weapons again. Marquise Brown, I just don't like the offense for a wide receiver, really. Like, that kind of scares me. I feel like it's going to be a lot of hit or miss with Marquise Brown. And I mean, I look at the other people. I mean, I already got my running backs. I got 2 of them already. Is that what I have? Yeah, I got 3 running backs already. I got my quarterback already. I don't really love any of these receivers in this range right now either. But I think I'm going to go with Brandon Cooks.
That is interesting. I definitely would go Hollywood Brown here, Cortland Sutton.
I would take both those over Brandon Cooks, in my opinion.
Maybe even Boyd.
But I probably would take him over AJ Green.
I need a 3rd running back, and I need a tight end.
Wyatt's team is looking light on running backs, people.
That's what I'm saying, but I don't really love what I would have to do here, and that is probably take Cam Akers. But I think I'm going to have to do it. I think there's plenty of solid wide receiver options. So for me, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take Cam Akers there.
After Cam Akers, we see Hollywood, Deshaun, Marlon Mack, Darren Waller, Swift, Parker, Sutton, Deebo Samuel, Gronk, and Evan Ingram. Wyatt's got 2 rookie running backs in his starting lineup, guys.
So here, I think I mean, Cam Akers honestly probably won't be in the starting lineup of this roster. That's just my 3rd running back. I'll probably be starting all wide receivers. Honestly, I like Landry here a lot and Boyd. I think I like Boyd more. I think we're going to go ahead and take Tyler Boyd right here.
Dang it. I was hoping he would fall until I mean, I wasn't going to take him with AJ Green, but
okay, so
if I didn't take AJ Green, I didn't take him.
I'm in a tricky situation again. I don't really love this wide receiver range. I was really hoping Tyler Boyd would come to me, but okay. So I think I'm gonna go with Jarvis Landry actually, because say I am wrong about OBJ and Baker, and OBJ just can't figure it out. Baker has figured it out with Jarvis Landry already, so I'm okay with taking that risk that OBJ isn't gonna perform what everyone thinks he's gonna do. So I'll take Jarvis Landry in the 8th round.
Yeah, this is a gross range of wide receiver for me. Gallup, Edelman, Fuller. Not exactly, and I think I can wait on everyone else. I think we're gonna go with Sony Michel here, and that's because I just think he's going to get such high volume in that offense. I think he's just a safe play for my RB4, and I'm really hoping someone falls to me, and he did. I'm going to take Will Fuller here with this pick just because of
if he's healthy, you're starting him that week, and he's going to be a top 5 receiver for the weeks that he plays. But it's just whenever he doesn't play, I mean, you still have backup plans, really.
Yeah. I mean, he's going to be on my bench. He's not going to be my super flex when it comes.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to go with actually, okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take Joshua Allen because I think he's a straight stud, high rushing floor. Give me Kyler and Josh Allen, and the rest of the team will now be my bench because this will fill my starting roster. I think Josh Allen's a straight stud for fantasy.
Yeah, so
that's a good pick.
I am totally fine with the value that's left at tight end, and that's the only actual hole I need to fill. This is a super flex. So, for me, if I'm drafting my real team here, I think just for the interest of me actually wanting to watch the games and like see how my roster does, I'd probably take Tom Brady. But I think just for the sake of this, since no one throws a fit, I'm going to take Matt Ryan, give me the 4,200 yards and the Ridley stack. I'm okay with that.
Oh my gosh, look at that quarterback run.
So
there goes Mark
that
Jr. That's a tragedy.
Actually extremely fortunate, I think, for me.
Yeah, because that's good for y'all too, because neither one of y'all need your quarterback. And all the quarterbacks are so nice. So that leaves a lot of good value. And for me, that kind of screws me because I need my second quarterback.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and take CD here. I think that's a solid pick.
Okay.
I'm okay with that.
I'm so glad you did that.
Wyatt has some serious wide receiver.
I was absolutely terrified you were going to take Emmanuel Sanders from me, and I love Emmanuel.
I think CD has a higher ceiling.
I'm stoked about who I'm about to take here.
You're going to take Matthew Stafford.
Y'all are crazy.
Knew it. I knew it. Absolutely knew it.
I got a number 5 quarterback and the number 6 quarterback. I think now at this point we're kind of going for depth and maybe a little upside, but I'm going to go one more depth play right here. I'm going to take Phillip Lindsay because I'm not super stoked about my running backs besides Christian McCaffrey. So I'm just going to acquire a bunch of running back depth and hope one of these late guys hit.
I would not be surprised if Phil Lindsay outscores Melvin Gordon this year. I mean, it's not like likely to happen, but I would not be surprised at all. So I'm gonna pick up another running back right here, and I'm gonna pick up a man on the COVID list, Keyshawn Vaughn, just because he's gonna catch a lot of passes for Tom Brady, and it's always good to have an extra running back on your bench.
And he's immune to COVID.
He will be playing 16 games unless he has like a real football injury.
A running back is probably due soon, but I don't love what's going on here other than maybe like a Tony Pollard or Chase Edmonds, maybe even a Zach Moss, but I don't think the value right there is good. So if one of them falls, that's fine. I still need a starting tight end, and with the quality of my roster that I've drafted so far, I'm going to take the one that I think that has the most upside, and that's going to be Hayden Hurst. I'm going to go ahead and snag that, and this roster is looking really good right now. I am excited. Can we use this as an actual league? I think I have to take another running back here. Go ahead and give me Zach Moss. I think that's a good value pick. I think he's going to be getting the valuable goal line carries, and he's going to be splitting 50-50 with Singletary. I'm okay with that.
So I think I'm leaning towards this is kind of weird for me. I haven't talked about him at all, really, and we just did a rookie video, and I think someone had texted me after they watched the video, and they told me to check out Henry Ruggs again, and I think I didn't drop the ball on that one. Henry Ruggs is so fast, and Derek Carr cannot throw the ball very deep. Henry Ruggs is going to be underneath, catching slants, taking them, just doing work with that. I like Henry Ruggs here. I'm torn, but I just don't really like anybody else. Like, there's nobody here that's just.
This range is really bad. But let me go on record saying that Dawson Shibley will not draft Henry Ruggs in a single draft this season.
Yeah, I'm going to take Henry Ruggs right here because I think he is fast. I think John Gruden is a psycho, and he will find a way to get the ball to Henry Ruggs. And
I am going to make this quick because I think he's the only person I think has any sort of value right here besides like a running back, and I need wide receiver depth. I'm going to go Sterling Shepard.
Yeah, that's who I was torn between.
And that is going to take me to my next pick, and here I'm going to, because I have Kenyon Drake, I'm going to handcuff him up and take Chase Edmonds. I think he has some decent standalone value sometimes during some weeks, and I also think that he is a huge upside pick if Kenny Drake goes down.
So I'm going to be taking another upside guy. I am taking my backup tight end. I'm going to be taking Jonnu Smith. He has a different bye week than Mark Andrews. And I think Jonnu Smith is somebody who could kind of pop off this year. And later down the season, I will be able to flip him for some position that I might need later on down the line after the bye weeks have passed. And I think Jonnu Smith is going to be a stud this year.
I'm going to take Justin Jefferson. I
Dang
think
it.
he's
I was hoping
really
he would
solid
fall
value
back.
this late.
There's no way he was going to get through all of y'all again. I knew it. I think that's a good pick at the 13th. So after him goes Darrell Henderson, Anthony Miller, Big Ben, Alshon, Jameson Crowder, Tariq Cohen, Cam the Man, then Justin Jackson, Antonio Gibson, Boston Scott.
I think there's a ton of value in quarterback still for needing a backup, and we've only got 3 rounds left, so I don't think that's the move. I don't love any running back options here, but I really think you're going to get the most out of wide receiver as far as value, and I already have 4 running backs, and I think that is plenty for me. I'm going to make a little reach here, which I think is fine to do with the 14-6, and I'm going to take Jalen Reagor. It's just an
I
absolutely
knew it. I knew
golden
that was.
pick
I
right
knew
there.
one of y'all two was taking Jalen. I
Yeah,
literally scrolled down. I saw him, and I swear, if you take the next person that I see, I know it's. I'm done.
Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah, so I'm going to be taking Preston Williams. I've talked about him before, but I think he's going to be a straight stud this year. The only person, or Devontae Parker was only good when Preston Williams went out of the lineup last year. So I think Preston Williams is a steal in the 14th round. I think he's going to well outplay that. I really wanted Rager, though. I'm really upset because Marquise.
I had 2 people that I wanted with 2 picks in between my next pick. And y'all managed to take both of them. So congrats to y'all.
Snipe.
This is what we get for having a channel together. It's going to happen to me in my regular drafts too. So
yeah, I got sniped on Rager because I think his value went up with Marquise Goodwin opting out of the season this year.
I am going to take my backup quarterback right here, and it is going to be Kirk Cousins, just nice, safe backup quarterback. Let me check the bye week real fast. So I'm going to take Kirk Cousins as my backup tight end here, or backup quarterback here, and hope someone that I want falls to me. And he did. And I'm going to reach a little bit since we just talked about people opting out. And I think the person who benefits the most from an opt-out is Alan Lazard, because Devin Funchess just opted out. And that pretty much locks Alan Lazard in for wide receiver 2 on that team. So whether or not that is fantasy relevant, we'll see. But I do think Alan Lazard has potential to make a good fantasy impact this season.
So I hear what you say about Alan Lazard, but I saw something I read today, and it really piqued my interest. You know, since Green Bay did not draft a wide receiver, didn't sign one, and the one that they did sign decided to opt out. Yeah, Alan Lazard, wide receiver 2. Here's what's crazy. No, he's not going to be wide receiver 2. You know who's going to be playing wide receiver this year? Aaron Jones. Guess who's going to be running the ball this year? A.J. Dillon. You know why? Because Packers don't want to prove that they're not idiots. And Aaron Jones was a stud when Devontae Adams went out last year. He caught like 5 touchdowns against the Cowboys one time.
You think he's going to be a wide receiver? Like actually be like line up as a wide receiver?
I mean, Alan Lazard is not all that good, and neither is St. Brown, and neither is MBS. So if Aaron Jones, I think he's going to have to be playing wide receiver just because I think that there's nobody else other than Devontae Adams. It sounds crazy, but I think I'm going to go with A.J. Dillon just because I think he's the only way that the Packers make themselves look halfway intelligent.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take Drew Lock. I think he's got a ton of potential, and he's just a backup quarterback, so could sling it all over, and that could work out really well. And that's going to bring me to, I'll probably just take another running back here. Actually, you know what? I'll take Brandon Ayuk.
Okay. I'm going to take my backup quarterback, and it's going to be Joe Burrow. He's surrounded by a lot of weapons. He was a stud in college, and he does not have the same weeks as my other guys.
I'm going to take a backup tight end because I need a backup tight end, obviously. I'm going to take Jack Doyle because I think he has tremendous touchdown upside. So real quick, let's just run through our teams real fast. Y'all can say who you like the most. I have Dak Prescott, Christian McCaffrey, Kenyon Drake, Allen Robinson, A.J. Green, Travis Kelce, David Johnson, Sony Michel, Will Fuller, Matthew Stafford, Phillip Lindsay, Sterling Shepard, Chase Edmonds, Kirk Cousins, Alan Lazard, and Jack Doyle. And we go to mixed team, and he has Kyler Murray, Zeke, Austin Eckler, Chris Godwin, Brandon Cooks, Mark Andrews, Raheem Moser, Jarvis Landry, Josh Allen, with Emmanuel Sanders, Keyshawn Vaughn, Henry Ruggs, Jonnu Smith, Preston Williams, A.J. Dillon, and Joe Burrow on his bench. And then we're going to go to Wyatt's team,
God Squad.
who has Patty Mahomes, Alvin Kamara, CEH, Calvin Ridley, DJ Moore, Hayden Hurst, Odell Beckham, Cam Akers, Tyler Boyd, Matt Ryan, CD, Zach Moss, Justin Jefferson, Jalen Rager, Drew
A lot
Lock,
of
and Brandon
rookies.
Ayuk. A lot of rookies. So I really like all these teams a lot. I think all three of us drafted pretty well. I like my team the best, obviously. But I think it's up to y'all to decide whose team is best. We won't even debate it. We'll let y'all decide it on the comments below.
Man, how are we just not going to debate it?
Thank you all so much for watching this mock draft. We hope you liked us drafting from different positions. That was, once again, a suggestion from a subscriber. And we really like doing it. I think I like it a lot. I think it's a good change of pace, and I think we got a lot more player analysis out of it. And I think it was a good all-around mock draft. So thank you guys so much for watching this video of this episode of The Fantasy Football Addicts. If you liked the video, go check out our other mock drafts from different positions, and subscribe to the channel. Go follow us on Twitter at The FF Addicts. Thank you all so much for watching. Peace.
You saw how well that went for me. Do yourself a favor and draft Clyde.